Good day, viewers. My name is Opeoluwa Valentine Adire. I'm a biology instructor. Today, we'll be talking about the topic called photosynthesis. Photosynthesis. But precisely, I'll be talking about one of the stages of photosynthesis called the light stage. The light stage. There are two main stages of photosynthesis. Number one, the light stage and the dark stage. This can also be called the light reaction and the dark reaction. But before I proceed, I would like to define what photosynthesis means. Photosynthesis occurs mainly in green plants, and it is a process whereby green plants manufacture their food from carbon dioxide and water in the presence of sunlight. Green plants manufacture their food from even making use of carbon dioxide and water in the presence of sunlight. This makes green plants producers in the ecosystem. We also call them autotrophs because they can manufacture their food by themselves. Auto means self. Troph means feeding. So self-feeding. They manufacture their food by themselves. So if I look at the equation now, we have carbon dioxide plus water in the presence of sunlight. This will give us the food in the form of glucose. Then oxygen is given off as a byproduct. This equation is not balanced. If I balance it now, I put 6 here, 6 here, and 6 here. And the region where photosynthesis mainly occurs in the green plants is the chloroplast. The chloroplast. So I'll put the chloroplast and precisely the green pigment in the chloroplast called the chlorophyll. That's where photosynthesis occurs. So this is the equation showing photosynthesis. Yes. It is an anabolic process, a building up process. A building up process. So two stages occur in photosynthesis, and these two stages actually explain this reaction. The stages are not discussed in isolation. They actually explain this reaction, and I'll show you how. In the light state occurs in the presence of light, sunlight, yes. And it occurs mainly during the day. It's during the day we have sunlight. And what happens is there are four stages. What happens is this. The first step is this. Number one, chlorophyll. Chlorophyll is energized. Now I told you light and photosynthesis occurs in the chloroplast of plants, so chlorophyll is energized. What happens is this: the chlorophyll traps, absorbs, and captures light energy from the sun. It traps, absorbs, and captures light energy from the sun. This light energy is used. Once it captures the light energy, the chlorophyll becomes energized. It collects energy and becomes energized. So, next stage is what happens next stage. That was called photolysis of water. Photolysis of water. Photolysis simply means the splitting of water molecules. So this water molecule here will be split in the presence of light. Anyway, you see lysis, it means splitting. Photolysis, lysis, glycolysis, splitting of glucose. So photo means splitting in the presence of light. So what happens is this: we have H2O, water will be split into its component parts. We have the hydrogen ion and the hydroxide ion. So we preferably balance it using 4 molecules of water, giving 4 molecules of hydrogen ion and 4 molecules of hydroxide ion. So this splitting of water molecules explain what happens in this water molecule here. So the hydroxide ion will come and recombine. The hydroxide ion will come and recombine to give you water plus oxygen. Water plus oxygen. This oxygen is given off as a byproduct. Water plus oxygen. So the oxygen given off as a byproduct comes from water. You see? This oxygen here will be given off as a byproduct here. It comes from water. So the oxygen given off during photosynthesis actually comes from water. So splitting of water molecules by the energized chlorophyll. Now the third stage is this. The third stage is this. So we explain this one, this water, the water here, and the hydrogen ion I've explained. Now this third step, the iodine ions here, the third step, hydrogen is transferred by a coenzyme, a coenzyme known as NADP. A coenzyme known as NADP. So hydrogen will be picked up by coenzyme NADP. It's being transferred to the dark phase where it will be used to form sugar. So what is the function of NADP? NADP is a coenzyme called nicotinamide adenine dinucleotide. Nicotinamide adenine dinucleotide. It's a coenzyme. Got it from the vitamin B3, niacin, or nicotinic acid. The coenzyme got it from vitamin B3, a water soluble vitamin. So once it's transferred, next thing is this. That was called formation of ATP. ATP is an acronym for adenosine triphosphate. Adenosine triphosphate. It's an energy carrying compound. It's a form of energy also. But this ATP forms will be used in the dark phase because in the dark phase there is no light energy there, no period of sunlight. So the ATP formed in the light phase will be used in the dark phase for the reaction process that we recorded. Now what happens is this. There's something that happens in this for function of ATP. That one is called chloroplast. Chloroplast contains an energy carrier. This chloroplast contains an energy carrier. Chloroplast contains an energy carrier called ADP, adenosine diphosphate. This adenosine is their nucleotide, according to adenosine diphosphate. So the extra energy not used in the light phase, we add an energy compound to this adenosine diphosphate to form adenosine triphosphate, like this. We have something like this. We have ADP plus a phosphate to give you ATP. So this is what happens in the light phase. Now take note, I told you the light phase occurs in the photosynthesis occurs in the chloroplast, but the light phase actually occurs in the grana of the chloroplast. Grana of the chloroplast. The grana of the chloroplast, while the dark phase occurs in the stroma of the chloroplast. This stroma and grana are structures found in the chloroplast, but the light phase actually occurs in the grana of the chloroplast. So I've been able to explain what photosynthesis means and the four main stages. I gave the equation for photosynthesis and the four main stages. I told you chlorophyll is energized, then phosphorus of water, then hydrogen is transferred by coenzyme NADP called nicotinamide adenine dinucleotide phosphate, and ATP is also formed. And this is all that happens in the light phase. Stay tuned to the next class where we'll be explaining in detail the dark phase of photosynthesis. See you next class. Good day.